Automatic Mitsubishi. My name is Mason, and today I'm going to be doing a walk around video of this 2020 Eclipse Cross LS. Now it is a two-wheel drive model, so what we'll do is run through some of the features as the car comes with, because this car is pretty much a brand new car, so there's no need to touch on the condition, but we will touch on some of the features and characteristics of this vehicle. So taking a look at that front end, we've got that beautiful dynamic shield look, which is actually these chrome outer parts and that beautiful black, piano black gloss finish on the inside. It does present beautifully, and it is pretty consistent with the rest of the Mitsubishi range at the moment, as it is their current design. In the headlights, so you've got a very nice, sharp, sleek design. It does have your projector globes and your daytime running lamps through the bottom of the headlight to improve the visibility. It does also come fitted with your fog lamps at the bottom there, but very nice, very beautiful car. Now when you look at it, make sure you pay attention to these curves and arches, because that is what makes this car quite unique. It's its shape, it's all the accents and arches, but it all counts for something. It is probably one of the more fuel economic Mitsubishis on the market at the moment, if not the best car for fuel in terms of Mitsubishi's line. So taking a look at that first alloy wheel, you do get a very nice multi-spoke design. It does have that black gloss finish on the inside and the polished aluminium on the outside. It's a very stunning effect, especially when the wheel is actually rolling. It does look quite good, and they do sit on Toyo Proxes from the factory. So as I said, they're pretty much new tires, so no need to touch on the condition of the car. Along the side, you do get that plastic bottom cover there. That is just to protect the car from getting damaged, especially when rocks and stones and stuff like that flick up and chip the paint, and then you get rusting and those kinds of things. But this is going to prevent that, and it's going to keep the arches nice and clean. Now the door handles and the side mirrors do come color matched to the vehicle, and this has a slightly pearlescent finish. So this is actually a starlight or a warm white kind of color. Very nice pearlescent finish along the car. You might not be able to see it that well on the camera, but I can see it from here. And you've got that really nice indicator lamp, which again is integrated into that side mirror to clear up the quarter panel, but also elevate the lamp for the driver. Now this car does come with keyless entry, so you do note there is a little black button there that is going to lock and unlock it. When the car's actually locked, side mirrors are going to fold in. Now with the keys, you do actually get a physical key like so. That is in case this battery dies, but otherwise you can just use the key as so. Opening it up, now one thing I will note as well, standard doors will open to about here. The Eclipse Cross will open to about there. That is almost 90 degrees, so that is for all the four doors. So if you've got an elderly, someone who's elderly in the family, or a little bub in the back seat, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to access the car, get in and out, and it makes it a lot easier for the people driving it as well. If you're someone that maybe has a disability or an injury, these are ideal or perfect cars for people in that situation. Now door cards are excellent. You do have all your side mirror controls and window controls. They are fully automatic all the way through. They're all situated on the driver's side door, and you do get your manual seat adjusters and controls. Beautiful bolsters on these cars, and you got that really nice cross stitch like setup on the car to suit that whole Eclipse Cross theme. Now the doors also go all the way through to the bottom of the vehicle, as you can see. Now the benefit of that is you don't actually get, the vehicle doesn't pick up all the dust and dirt from outside. So when you're getting in and out of the car, you don't, and you brush your leg up on there, you're not going to pick up all the dirt that is sitting on the bottom of the car. If I just open up the back seats, again, all the way open, and you can look in the back of the car. Still the same setup. Now with the Eclipse Cross, what makes it different from most of the other small SUVs is you can adjust these back seats like so, depending on how you wanted to tweak it. If you wanted more incline or more decline, or you maybe needed some space in the back, you do get your ISOFIX points and car seat mounting points on the back of this, but also you can actually move these seats forward. So underneath the bottom here, there's a lever. I'll pull that lever, and you can see that is just going to slide forward. I don't know how well the camera is capturing that, but that can slide forward and back for you. So very nice and adjustable vehicle to suit your needs. Coming across to the tailgate. Now this is what makes the Eclipse Cross quite unique. It is this rear end. So you do have a split glass effect with the glass running right through the middle there. Sorry, your brake light going right through the middle. That is going to be a focal point for the drivers behind you, so when you're braking, they're going to see that quite clearly. I don't think they'll miss that. And you've got your split glass here with the chrome badging as well. Reverse parking sensors along the bottom, which are color matched to the vehicle, and also a reverse camera mounted just underneath that lip on the boot. And if I open this up, you can see the kind of space you get in the back with that cargo blind to keep your groceries private, so that no one's looking in the back of your car, and also your tether points behind the seats there. Now if I lift this up, that is where your space saver spare wheel is situated. So as you can see, never been used since it's a new car, and all your jacking tools are located under this. So nice, neat little setup. One thing I would recommend is getting a cargo liner. That's just a plastic cover that'll go at the bottom, just prevent the actual carpet from getting damaged. Fuel cap is on the passenger side of the car, so which is the safe side. If you do have to pull over on the side in case of an emergency, you're going to be not in the way of any oncoming traffic. Now, paintwork, like I said, is pretty consistent all the way through. You do get your central keyless entry button on the passenger and driver side of the car as well. So very nice Eclipse Cross, extremely fuel economical vehicle. So what we'll do is pop the hood and take a look inside. All right, now taking a look inside the engine bay of the Eclipse Cross, as you can see, it is a very uniquely laid out engine bay. You've got your 1.5 litre turbo petrol motor. Again, that is what makes it one of the more economical vehicles. Very well laid out. Now this car does also come with an 8-speed automatic gearbox, so lots of gears to actually shift through. Benefit of that is you do get the torque and power when you need it, but also it does improve the efficiency of the vehicle. Now if you notice in the engine bay, it does come with that strut brace across the front of the car. That's going to make it a lot more stable to control around corners and turns, so you're not rolling around too much. That is all part of the Eclipse Cross theme. Now on this front here is your wiper and washer fluid, so if you do need to top up your wiper and washers, that is located right here. Your coolant overflow tank and your fuse box is right there. So all the key components to check in the vehicle, and your battery is actually located just under this component. So if you do ever need to replace your battery, you can take off this plastic. Otherwise, you do have your positive terminal on this side and your negative terminal there, or you could just bolt that onto any other piece of metal. So very nice engine bay. Now, as I said, 1.5 litre turbo petrol motor with an 8-speed automatic gearbox. This car has a 5-star ANCAP rating with 7 airbags, so lots of safety for the passengers in the vehicle. This motor itself produces 110 kilowatts with 250 Newton meters of torque, so lots of torque and power. That little turbo is putting in work. Now, this car is a petrol car with a 63 litre capacity. Does run on your regular 91 fuel, which is nice and cheap. Does have a combined fuel consumption of 7.3 litres per 100, or an average fuel distance of 863 kilometers off a full tank, but again, that is all dependent on how you drive. Taking a look inside the Eclipse Cross. Now, I absolutely love this vehicle. I think it's probably one of the nicer compact SUVs on the market at the moment. It's very comfortable. It hugs you quite well, so you're not rolling around. There's not just empty space in the car, but it is all being utilized quite well. So I think it is a very nice vehicle. But yes, pretty much the features in the car. You've got your side mirror controls on the side here. You can fold your side mirrors in if you wanted to, and your toggles are next to that. Below that are your full automatic windows for all 4 windows. That's both up and down, and your central locking and window lock on the side. On the right hand side of the dash is your forward collision mitigation button, your lane departure warning, and your stability control. These are some of the safety features in the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, so if you do have any questions about these, make sure you ask us. Below that is your parking sensors and also your headlight height adjuster. Now, coming over to the steering column, on the right hand stalk is your left and right indicator, fog lamp controls, and headlight controls. Now, this car does come with an automatic dusk sensing headlight system, so put it in auto, the car's going to sense when it needs to turn them on. With that, you do also get an automatic high beam. So you just put your high beam on and flick that button, and it'll engage the high beam if it needs to use it. On the left hand stalk are your wipers and washers, both front and rear. And again, these are an automatic rain sensing system. So it's a very easy, user-friendly vehicle. Just put everything in auto, the car's going to do all the work for you. Now, if you notice, on the steering column is your paddle shifts. Now, that is for the sports shift system. You can flick through all 8 gears as you wish. That is just to provide you with a little bit more torque and power when you do need it, or you could just leave it in your standard drive mode. Now, the steering wheel is a very comfortable leather stitched steering wheel with that piano black gloss finish at the bottom. On the right hand side are your cruise control settings, and the left hand side are your media controls for your head unit. The engine stop-start button, as it is a keyless entry vehicle, is just over here, so nice and easy to access. I'm just going to turn that off and put the accessories on. Now, coming over to the entertainment system, you've got a fully functional touchscreen head unit located at the top of the center console. It's just going to turn on. Still has all the plastics on it because it's still a new car pretty much. So you've got digital radio, AM, FM radio, Bluetooth connectivity, and you've got apps. Now, that apps is your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay system. So if you either have an Android or an Apple, which should be majority of the population, you're going to be able to utilize this feature. So if you do have any questions, again, in regards to that, make sure you ask us. This doesn't have inbuilt navigation, but the navigation will run through your CarPlay. Below that, you've got your seatbelt sensors, your hazards, and also your temperature. So you got AC system. So temperature here and your fan speed here. And it is climate control, so you can adjust it accordingly, and all your AC modes below that. Got 2 USB inputs and an eco mode with a 12-volt socket with no cigarette lighter, as we don't encourage people to smoke in these cars. Below that is a storage compartment with the rubber lining, so nothing's going to be sliding around and making too much noise. Now if I bring this into reverse, you can see that reverse camera mounted at the back there. Very clear to use, nice and easy to see the guiding lines and all the right areas that you need to. If I bring this down into drive and flick it to the left, that's going to engage the sports shift. So you can either use your gear shifter, or you can use the paddles as I pointed out before, or you could just leave it in drive. Car's going to run just fine. Got this cool little touchscreen pad here as well. So the head unit is touchscreen, as I mentioned before. You can use the touchscreen feature, however, that can be quite distracting, especially when you're driving. So the best option is to use this trackpad located in the perfect place, just under the armrest, and you can use it just like your normal computer. You just slide left and right, and if you wanted to select that option, you just press the actual pad, and that has your home button, apps, audio, and back button as well. So all functions are there. Very easy system to use. This here is your electric park brake. Being the LS model, it does come with this neat little electric park brake system, and you've also got the auto hold feature with that, which is going to hold you temporarily until you accelerate. You've got 2 spring-loaded cup holders and a nice center console armrest. If I lift that up, you've got this small little storage compartment and a deeper compartment below that if you wanted to store anything bigger. So you've got a very nice car here in the Eclipse Cross. Back seats are obviously brand new, unused, and if the camera person just shows you how she slides around, very easy to use. And car seat mounting points, ISO fixed points, got the 2 cup holders in the back as well, and it is just a very nice, neat vehicle with great visibility, which is what makes the Eclipse Cross one of the best cars on the market. It's the incredible visibility you actually get in this vehicle. Now sitting in the driver's seat, I can pretty much see all around the car. The split glass at the back provides great visibility through the back of the car, and you've also got this gap between your side mirrors. So generally the side mirrors will be mounted to this, but having that gap lets you see through. It has a very small A-pillar, so you're not really losing sight of anything, but you're able to see the whole road when you drive, and that is what makes this car one of the safest and best cars on the market at the moment. So what we're going to do now is jump outside and wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video of this 2020 Eclipse Cross LS. Now I hope the video gave you a good representation as to the condition of the car, some of the key characteristics and features of this particular model. Now it is a new car, so I don't have to touch too much on the condition, but you can see how great it is with all those key little features that make it quite unique and quite different to whatever else is on the market at the moment. Now, if you do have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. Now, just before I go, this car does qualify for our Platinum 1 program. Now, what that will offer you is 5 years additional protection on top of your new car warranty, like-for-like new car warranty, and up to 200,000 kilometer coverage. Now, if you do plan on keeping this car for a long time, there is great value in this, so make sure you ask us about this, because it does also come with the added benefit of 10 years platinum roadside assistance nationwide. So if you do a bit of driving, a bit of traveling, again, there's great value in this. In addition to that, do highly recommend you take advantage of the glass coat and tint which we offer here. Now, considering this is a slightly pearlescent paintwork, you want to make sure it's protected and looking pearlescent for as long as you own it. You don't want it to start fading to a bland white when you've opted for a pearlescent car. So make sure you take these features. That is going to give you a lifetime warranty on this paintwork. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to clean and maintain, and it's going to prevent it from bug etching, oxidization, fading, peeling, those kinds of things. And we also package that in with some tint for you, which you're going to want to get, especially on a warm day like today. It's going to keep everyone nice and cool. 60% heat reduction inside the vehicle and 99% UV protection, and also the safety of tint. So a lot of benefits in that. Now these are at an additional cost. However, if you're using our in-house finance, love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just how minimal these will affect your repayments. Now lastly, but most importantly, make sure you jump on a Google, search up Barrick Mitsubishi and see what people have to say about us. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people and the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. As I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching.